Welcome back to Future Unscripted. I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Liddy. Today, we're breaking down how to build a personal brand on a budget.
We'll share how we grew using only our phones, why authenticity beats aesthetics, and how focusing on one platform first can help you build your audience faster than being everywhere all at once.
Plus, we've got a free AI prompt booklet for you. More details inside the episode. Let's dive in.
So, today we're talking about building a personal brand on a budget. And it can feel like there's a lot of pressure out there to look a certain way, to have things buttoned up a certain way. This is a topic that Liddy and I talk about a lot because initially and even now, we have to be smart with our money. We have to figure out ways that we can make a big impact on a low budget.
Absolutely.
And so that's what we're diving into today.
And I love that it's a topic that we're talking about. So I know you were dabbling in that kind of arena, let's just say. How did you used to do it? Or what is your experience with branding?
So, the majority of my experience before entrepreneurship was in marketing, advertising, branding, either for advertising agencies, but then also on the client side, working for brands. And when I went freelance in 2021, that was something that I really wanted to help people with was their own personal brand because the process is the same. It's the same questions that an individual asks themselves. It's the same questions that a company needs to ask themselves as they're going along. It's like thinking through the big questions that a lot of us skip. Why am I doing this? Who is it for? Why does it matter? Does the world need it? How do I want to communicate? How do I want to come across? The problem is, though, and you and I have both talked about this at length, but the problem is that people want to stay in the phase where they're designing logos, they're picking colors, photography. That's the most fun stuff, of course. And now we have tools like Canva, we have AI, so it makes it really a lot of fun. But the potential there is to get distracted and to spin your wheels over and over and over again. So personal brand is really important and it's the way the world's going. People talk about this all the time that individuals will now be sort of a signal, their own personal brand. So you have your own personal brand, I have my own personal brand. We post, and that becomes the currency. That becomes the norm.
That's it. And your personal brand, when you talk about that, it's everything between, I'm guessing, your logo, your colors, even what you're wearing, your hair, or everything like, am I right when I think that? Or is there anything else?
It's everything. I think it encompasses everything. It's certainly your image, how you come across and how you portray yourself, and then the things that you're saying. The struggle that I foresee, and I'm already sort of starting to see it with my own content, is we want to be ourselves. We need to be authentic. We need to create content that people can relate to. At the same time, you want a business that looks polished, of course. So that balance there, I haven't totally figured out, but we're working through it.
I know. I love it. And so we're both on TikTok and obviously on YouTube. So what's your strategy there? Do you have one, or how have you so far? What are you doing for your personal brand personally? Being silly.
For me, I prioritize TikTok first because I knew that building some sort of discipline around TikTok and posting somewhere every day would build up discipline in other areas because I was feeling so frozen that I wasn't posting anywhere. I wasn't, unlike you creating YouTubes, I wasn't taking action. And so posting in one place consistently made it easier to post in other places too.
I totally agree.
I'm at the point though where I do want to start expanding the pool of people that I'm talking to. So as it stands now, I haven't posted anything on Instagram yet, but that's the next play. We each have our individual YouTube channels and then of course Future Unscripted, which none of that is going away. We just need to figure out what the content creation plan looks like so that all of these pieces get content when they need to, because you and I are doing this on our own. We don't have a social media team.
That's right. And so that's tying it back to what you were saying, building a personal brand, but on a budget. So I think when you use these tools, you're really leveraging these free platforms. Thankfully, they are free and you can be everywhere. Some people are trying to leverage all of them, like Instagram at the same time as TikTok, at the same time as having a presence on YouTube, etc. And it's nice because you don't have to pay. Some of them actually eventually or potentially pay you to create stuff. So it's an amazing time actually to be on social media, I would say.
I agree. What's been your experience with personal brand? Because you have a very clear message of this idea of an unrepeatable you. And it's
Mm.
something we've talked about in our workshops. And what's been your experience with personal brand with that?
So it's interesting you ask because I've been on social media a little bit, dabbled in my previous life, let's just say, but I never had something specific that I wanted to talk about. I'm the girl who used to love to do posts about quotes. I love quotes inside about mindset. So I've never really changed. Mindset has always been there, maybe sprinkle with some neuroscience because I love to learn about the brain. But as far as having one thing, one specific vision that I was always talking about consistently, it wasn't there. Right now, I just started TikTok, to be honest, a couple of weeks now ago, very recent. And I'm trying to be consistent, and it's actually very challenging. And the next challenge with my message is I didn't want to just jump in and start attacking the world with this big message of you are unrepeatable, you unleash your unrepeatable miracle you self and all of that. So I think I started a bit softer doing general mindset posts, but I'm definitely trying to bring it in more to the core message that I really want to talk about, which is the fact that as humans, we are unique and we need to use that uniqueness to enjoy our lives better, have more fun, and basically be able to do the things and accomplish things that we really want to accomplish. So I always think that everybody have dreams and goals. And so my question is always knowing that we are in this human experience and we are unique, why are we so afraid or why does fear kind of takes over? And oftentimes you hear people say, I want to be on TikTok, on Instagram, but I want a faceless account because there's no way this and that. So I'm kind of here now, but it took me years, obviously, to get to the place I am now. But that's my message in a sense as well. Don't be afraid of just getting in there, doing your thing, because we are so fortunate to be here. And now, then every era is special, but I feel AI is twisting things up a little bit and so exciting to be alive right now. So I'm not sure if I
I
answered your
agree.
question. I went all over the place.
No,
Yeah.
you definitely did. You
Yeah.
absolutely did because I think what you're saying is the opposite of what we're taught.
Mm-hmm.
We are all taught to be good kids, be good people, fall online, go to school, get the jobs, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like the world is shifting this perspective toward embracing the things that make you weird and
Right.
unique and the things that don't seem to have a connection that you're interested in. We're all a work of art, different
Absolutely.
kinds of art, and
Absolutely.
embracing that as its
Mm-hmm.
own form of art. It's the opposite of what any of us were taught, or at least what I was taught.
I totally agree with you. And you know what? It's actually something I've been thinking about because even in our specific experience right now with this podcast and our separate TikTok accounts, the question is, how do you actually create virality? How become a brand and all of these things? How does that happen? And one thing I heard about was the fact that we are unique, but we have to use that uniqueness as pillar almost. And so they're saying basically, if you're funny, quirky, you got a left ear that's all twisted up, use that because you want to have content that is recognizable, number one, but that is shareable. So if you have something funny about you or whatever, you have an accent, all that stuff. But what's shareable is what really blows up. So don't be afraid, basically, to be you, whatever. I can't think of an example right now, but like if there's something that you feel like you want to share in the world, just do because you just don't know. These things other people's might relate to. And again, we're in the same kind of human experience. There are 8 billion people on the planet. So everybody can relate to different things. And so you never know what's going to be relatable. So just do you, and you never know. And when something goes viral.
That's so true.
Yeah.
The one way that I have found to be helpful to keep track of some of these ideas is exactly what you're saying. We all have gifts, we all have cards to play.
That's
And if
it.
you have a card saying, I'm really funny, I'm really smart, I'm good looking, play those cards and don't feel bad about it. We all have gifts that to us don't always seem like gifts. because they're easy for us, because they're our strengths. They don't always seem unique enough gifts. So keeping an eye out for those things that people come to you for advice about, because typically that will be your strength. There's something that they trust you with. They come to you with as a pattern. That's a pattern to pay attention to.
Absolutely.
But the other piece is to open up your mind and it sounds so cliche, but opening up your mind and opening up your world. And what I mean by that is choosing to be a student of the world. We're all going to go about our lives. So what do you notice around you in the day to day? What conversations do you hear as people are passing you? What do you see in the store that doesn't look right? What do you see with your friends or family members that you might want to talk about? So opening up your mind to observing what's happening in your everyday life and keeping track of it somehow. That we've talked about systems before. That's where a system comes into play. Keeping track of it somehow, because then when you look at that list, you're talking about things that are happening in your everyday life. You're not trying to come up with these new ideas that are super polished or perfect. It's real because you're observing it in your everyday.
I love it. And the beauty of the time that we're living in is that virtually everybody in the world has a cell phone, and you can use your camera, the front or the back, record a quick 60-second, 30-second quick video, and that people can just love and have conversations around. And I think the more, like, to your point, you are yourself, I think that's going to basically lead to having a loyal community. People will be attached to you and your story, and even your family stories if you have pets and kids. And how do we love to follow people? I love, there's certain families that they have a bunch of kids and they do things and they have the same pajamas and stuff. I don't have kids, but I catch myself liking this content because it's like a real family. So we used to have just a box in the living room, a box of a TV, and now content is everywhere. So just you be different and show up and stay consistent is really the key to you stay consistent. And again, these things are all free. So we just have to apply. That was great. So we can't be replaced.
And AI,
tell me.
Well, I think we're telepathic. We're going to say the same thing.
I had a feeling. Go for it.
That AI can't replace human creativity. We will die on this hill.
Yes, absolutely. So
it's up to the user. So if you want to outsource all of your creativity to Gemini, you can do that. You can choose to do that. There's free will. At the same time, AI is also here to be an engine for creativity and to enhance creativity as a tool. It can't replicate.
That's it. Because AI can kind of give you ideas, even for like your branding, as we were talking, your logo and colors and stuff like that. But you are the ultimate voice behind how it's actually going to look like. So AI can automate tasks, like you said, but imagination, perspective, absolutely not. So the human is not going away, guys. Don't be afraid of using AI as a tool, as a helper, as a project manager, and so forth. But we're here to stay. And so we need the humans. Humans have the ultimate say in all of this. But if that changes, come find me. I don't know.
If that changes, we'll still record episodes.
Exactly.
Until who knows what.
I know. But AI cannot be a robot. I don't see a robot Liddy or Aubrey. It's going to look different. It's going to speak different. So there again, AI is not going to win. So she
won't be as funny. We are funny.
That's our 2 cents anyway. We had a great webinar. I know we've talked about that, so we're not going to go back there. But as a result, we created a cool free tool, and we wanted to let everyone know about this. So it's a free PDF that you can find on our website, obviously futureinscripted.com. But that said, we're tying this up a little bit around the same topic of free or next to free tools that we can use in our businesses. And I think you kind of mentioned earlier, Aubrey, that StanStore was one of them. Do you like StanStore?
Yes.
Do you like to use it?
Love using StanStore. So it's stn.store.
Yes.
It is a place for entrepreneurs, content creators to monetize whatever you're working on. StanStore has a way for you to monetize it as you're selling service-based products or digital products. So there's also a way that you can start your own community in there. You can sell digital ebooks. You can sell coaching calls. You can sell cooking classes, all kinds of things.
That's right.
The founder and creator of the platform had said in a recent webinar that Stand Store isn't optimized for selling physical products. If you're selling a physical product, then something like Shopify is probably the better way to go.
Right.
But if you're selling digital products or services, then Stand Store is the place to do that. And it's been a large gap in the content creation space that hasn't existed, because it used to be that the way you made money was either you put money behind your post to promote your service or you get a brand deal. And that's not guaranteed. You have to grow a following to get a brand deal. So this is anyone can get on there and post something. The cost now is $300 per year. So this is not a free tool, for $29 a month. Yep, exactly. But in order to make money back, then
you gotta get on social media and
pay to play a little bit.
Exactly. Whether you do faceless or your face and you're like be you, just get on there, do the thing, and then it's a great spot. So again, we have placed our free PDF on our website, but it ultimately lives in Stand Store. If you need more information, if you want more information about Stand Store, let us know in the comment below. We'd be happy to expand on that more if you want to, or feel free to reach to us directly as well.
Yes. So wrapping all of this up, the bigger point that we want to make is that you don't need a huge budget to build a brand. You need to start where you are, work with what you have. Look at the gifts that you have that cost nothing for you to tap into. Start talking about it on organic social media for free. Be resourceful, use what you have. This also reminds us of a quote from Tony Robbins, which, regardless of your experience with Tony Robbins, this is a great quote. It says, "It's not about resources, it's about resourcefulness." So just tying back to, what do we have to work with? Not what's the gap of where we want to go. What do we have at our disposal? What can we work with? And it truly these days just needs to be a phone.
Yep. A phone, Canva, and TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. But I love that quote. And it's a great thought to finish.
I can't wait this is just something funny, to listen back to this episode down the road when there are all these different platforms and capabilities, and be like, oh, we were just talking about these things.
I know. It's like,
we're keeping a diary of it.
That's it. Do you remember this thing? It's a time to be alive, I tell you.
I agree.
Awesome conversation.
Great to talk with you, lady.
And we'll see you all next time.
See you soon.